This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
We are the Morning X. Barnes, Leslie. There are other people that work here, by the way. The Steve Show, he's got 9 Inch Nails tickets to give away today. That's coming up about an hour away. Then Will get you into Elvis Costello. And don't forget, all week, we have VIP tickets for Marvelous 3. We've already done it today. That's right around 7:40. Every weekday, different concerts every week. We'll do it again tomorrow. And right now, we must sleaze with Leslie Fram.
Very sad about all my favorite music magazines kind of going away. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but Spin Magazine sales collapsed. I guess there was a sale, and the buyer didn't wire the money. Don't you think that's strange?
No way.
The owner of the brand had been in talks for like 8 months to be sold to this Florida-based music app company. Deal was set in place, but the closing cash wasn't sent. What?
That seems like they would have vetted that person, you know what I mean?
That's what I think. And I'm thinking, most of the physical copies are going away and everything's digital now, but I kind of like the physical copies. It's just really making me sad for all these music magazines and journalists and everything else anyway. Hey, one of the more closely followed court cases of recent years is now getting a dramatic treatment on Amazon. The limited series based on the Karen Reed trial with Elizabeth Banks, set to play the lead role and executive produce. If you remember, in June, a jury acquitted Reed on second-degree murder and manslaughter charges in the 2022 death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. She was convicted on a drunk driving charge. That was a crazy case, and now these limited series are just happening
everywhere.
So fast. I mean, think about it. Now it's happening on Amazon Prime.
So I was just up in, I was in Cape Cod and I was in Rhode Island for a vacation. And I got out true crimed because that topic, I'm not that up on Karen Reed, but man, in that area.
Oh, exactly.
It's like gospel. Like everybody is so deep into it. I'm not surprised there are so many shows about it.
You had mentioned this the other day, the One and Done, that show that you had told me you couldn't even get through 20 minutes of, The Waterfront on Netflix.
Awful.
I didn't realize that it was from Kevin Williamson, who's the guy that created Scream and Dawson's Creek.
The dude's got cred, and it was #1 for multiple weeks, which is why I'm surprised.
One and Done.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage in talks to star in HBO's True Detective Season 5. That's all they're saying. And I had to sneak this in for you, Barnes, because I think she used to be on your top 5.
Who?
Anna Kournikova.
Oh, yeah, she was on for a while.
Pregnant again with, of course, Enrique Iglesias, their 4th baby. I didn't realize they had 4 kids together.
She just disappeared, man. When she went out of the main line, she just was out of the spotlight and gone.
I love these stories about artists and actors coming out talking about turning down something huge and a huge payday. This one's from Matt Damon.
I turned down, and I will go down in history as the person, because Jim Cameron called me. He offered me 10% of Avatar. You will never meet an actor who turned down more money than me. But I was in the middle of shooting The Bourne Ultimatum, and he wanted to shoot during our post-production, and we always needed more work in our post-production, and I needed to be around. He was really lovely, and he said, he goes, if you don't, he goes, this movie doesn't need you. It doesn't need a movie star at all. He goes, the movie's the star, the idea is the star. But if you do it, I'll give you 10% of the movie.
I have to say that I looked up because he said James Cameron offered him 10% of Avatar. Do you know how much that movie made?
Oh, off the charts.
$2.92 billion.
Dang.
Billion.
That's insane.
Worldwide.
How do you hear a 10% of anything Cameron's doing, and you would have to be, like, all over it.
And Matt fessed up. Here's another one. This is another one that kills me. Jamie Foxx. This will kind of blow your mind, and it didn't go how he expected.
Tom Cruise is doing, Jerry Maguire, so they had, the guy sees me read in L.A., and he says, yo, I want you to go to read for TC in New York. I said, who? TC. I said, all right, I don't know, Tom Cruise. I was like, oh, Tom Cruise. So I go to read, but as I'm reading, I'm loud. Show me the money. You know what I mean? Show me the money. And then the way Tom Cruise reads his line, but it was like this. So I thought he lost his place. Because I couldn't hear him. So I said, we right here. He says, I know, I said the line, I'm waiting on you. I'm like, oh. So now I'm sweating, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I done lost my place, I done went blind the whole night. Anyway, I didn't get the part. Cuba Gooding got the part and he won the Oscar. But I had to learn how to bring it down. And then later on, I did Collateral with Tom Cruise and then got nominated for an Oscar.
Same year, you won.
Matt Damon, Avatar, and then Jamie Foxx, Jerry Maguire. Never heard that story ever before.
No.
It's funny how, you got a new generation of kids and things just don't really mean that much to them. This was eye-opening because Adam Sandler puts his whole family as daughters in all of his movies, right? He was on with Kimmel talking about his daughter's reaction to being in movies. Not so much.
I spoke to Netflix. I said, hey, that movie did really good. People, are watching it, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, where are we eating breakfast? They literally don't even notice that. They just move right on. If I was in a movie at that age, I'd be very happy.
Yeah, right. So at the big premiere yesterday, they were unfazed?
They're pretty unfazed. They don't make it a big deal. They grew up with Daddy doing it and stuff. And
do you like that, or?
I'm happy that it's not everything to them, that side of the stuff. They are kind of passionate about wanting to be good in acting, and that's all they talk about.
And yet, in a way, I sense that it bothers you.
That they're cooler than me? They are much cooler than I am.
But I will say, though, that he had a different reaction about his first movie role.
What were you like at your first movie premiere?
Oh, my God. My first movie premiere, I did a movie called, at the time it was called The Unsinkable Shecky Moskowitz. I was 22. I just moved to California. So it's really cool. I went on, Bud Friedman asked me to move out to L.A. He said, you could do good out here. And I went on, did the Improv. And I think it was like my first or second night, I got off stage and these three people came up to me and they said, hey, you were pretty funny. I said, oh, thank you. They said, do you want to star in a movie? I said, yeah, absolutely. It was actually just a movie about a comedian on a boat. It was called The Unsinkable Shecky Moskowitz, and they changed the title to Babes Ahoy. But they had a big...
That's quite a change. To Babes Ahoy.
It was the best experience. I got to meet a lot of great people. I got to know what shooting movies are like. And there was a premiere, and my family came out for it. And the movie wasn't excellent. But
that is your celebrity sleaze.
Ever wonder how dark the world can really get?
Well, we dive into the twisted, the terrifying, and the true stories behind some of the world's most chilling crimes.
Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Nicole.
Together, we host Wicked and Grim, a true crime podcast that unpacks real-life horrors one case at a time.
With deep research, dark storytelling, and the occasional drink to take the edge off,
we're here to explore the wicked
and reveal the grim. We are Wicked and Grim.
Follow and listen on your favorite podcast platform.